Success isn't built in a day. It's carved out one small, relentless step at a time, just 1% better every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something I want you to grasp today, something simple, yet profoundly powerful. It's the idea that you don't have to change your life overnight. You don't have to wake up tomorrow and suddenly be the person you've always dreamed of becoming. No, that's not how this journey works. See, greatness doesn't come in giant leaps. It doesn't appear in a flash of lightning. Greatness is built brick by brick, one small, seemingly insignificant step at a time. And all I'm asking of you today is this: improve yourself by 1% every single day. Now, I know what you're thinking. 1%, what difference does that make? Let me tell you something. Minus 1% might seem small, but over time, it's the difference between who you are and who you could be. It's the difference between standing still and moving forward. Every monumental achievement, every story of triumph begins with a single step. That's right, just one. It's easy to get caught up in the allure of the big picture, the final destination, the end result, the glory that awaits. But what we often overlook is the journey, the process, the countless small steps that lead to that moment of greatness. Think about it, the Great Wall of China wasn't built overnight. The pyramids of Egypt didn't just appear out of thin air. Each of these wonders of the world began with a single stone carefully placed, then another and another. The same principle applies to your life, your goals, your dreams. Success is not about grand gestures or massive leaps. It's about the little things you do every day. It's about waking up each morning and deciding to be just a little bit better than you were yesterday. It's about committing to small, consistent actions that over time accumulate into something extraordinary. Imagine your life as a wall, and each day you lay down one brick. Some days that brick might seem small, almost insignificant. You might even wonder if it's making any difference at all. But as you keep laying those bricks day after day, you'll start to see the wall rise. Slowly but surely, the structure takes shape, and before you know it, you've built something solid, something lasting, something powerful. The beauty of small steps is that they're manageable. They don't overwhelm you. You don't need to climb the entire mountain today. You just need to take that first step, and then the next and the next. Over time, these small steps create momentum. They build confidence. They turn into habits. And those habits shape your destiny. So when you think about your goals, don't get lost in how far you have to go. Focus on what you can do today, just one small step. And then do it again tomorrow. Remember, the power of small steps lies in their consistency. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting the process. Because when you keep moving forward, even at 1% better every day, there's nothing that can stop you from reaching your dreams. Imagine if every day you could make just a tiny improvement, nothing drastic, just a small enhancement, a slight edge. It might seem almost inconsequential in the moment, but this small daily increment has an incredible power, compounding growth. Compounding growth is the idea that small changes, when repeated consistently over time, can lead to massive transformations. Think about it like this: if you improve by just 1% each day, you're not just adding a small amount of progress, you're creating a ripple effect that builds exponentially. To illustrate, consider a simple example. If you start with $1 and it grows by 1% every day, at first, the increase is minimal, just a penny or two. But as the days go by, those small increments start to add up. Each day's 1% improvement builds on the last. And before you know it, the growth becomes substantial. This is the magic of compounding. In the same way, your personal development or professional growth works on the same principle. Initially, the results might be subtle, improving your skills, gaining knowledge, developing habits. But as you consistently apply yourself, those small improvements accumulate and intertwine. They compound, creating a snowball effect that accelerates your progress. Imagine learning a new skill. Each day you practice a bit more, refine your technique, absorb new information. At first, the improvements may be slight. However, as you persist, those daily gains start to amplify. Your competence grows, your confidence rises, and you begin to see the results of your efforts. This compounding effect is not just about professional achievements, but personal growth as well. Each day you dedicate to bettering yourself, whether it's reading a book, exercising, or working on your mindset, contributes to your overall development. The incremental improvements may seem minor in the short term, but they build up over time, creating a profound impact on who you are and what you can achieve. This principle of compounding growth underscores the importance of persistence. It's not about making a grand leap every day, it's about making small, consistent strides. It's about understanding that even the smallest improvement, when compounded over time, has the power to produce extraordinary results. When we set out to achieve something, it's easy to get fixated on the end goal, the big prize, the final destination. We imagine the success, the accolades, and the satisfaction that comes with reaching the pinnacle. However, true mastery and lasting success are not found in the grand vision alone, but in the daily grind of refining your habits and perfecting your process. Mastery is built through the diligent and often mundane efforts that may not always be visible to the outside world. It's about immersing yourself in the daily rituals and routines that, over time, shape your skills and expertise. Every great athlete, artist, and professional will tell you that their success is not solely due to a moment of brilliance, but to countless hours of practice, learning and refining their craft. Consider a musician. The public often sees the final performance, the polished, seamless execution of a piece. But behind that performance lies hours of practice, countless repetitions of scales, and a relentless pursuit of technical perfection. Each practice session may seem small and insignificant, but it's these incremental improvements that lead to mastery. The focus is not on the applause, but on perfecting the technique, understanding the nuances, and continuously improving. Similarly, think about a craftsman. The craftsmanship that produces a beautiful piece of work comes not just from the vision of the final product, but from the process of honing skills, selecting materials, and meticulously crafting each component. The end result is a reflection of the process, the dedication to perfecting every step along the way. This principle applies to every field and endeavor. Whether you're working on a professional project, developing a new skill, or pursuing a personal goal, the key is to focus on the process. It's about committing to the daily efforts, refining your approach, and consistently applying yourself to improvement. The process involves setting up effective routines, practicing discipline, and learning from each iteration. It requires patience and resilience, recognizing that progress is not always linear and that setbacks are part of the journey. By focusing on the process, you build a solid foundation for achieving your goals, as each small step contributes to a larger, more profound transformation. Mastery comes not from merely chasing the end goal, but from engaging deeply with the process. It's about becoming so engrossed in the daily task and continual improvement that the end goal becomes a natural outcome of your dedication. The journey of refining your habits, making incremental adjustments, and committing to the process is what ultimately leads to lasting success and mastery. Resistance is a formidable force. It manifests as procrastination, self-doubt, and inertia, often serving as a barrier between where you are and where you want to be. It's that inner voice that says, not today, or the comfort of staying in your familiar routine rather than pushing forward. This resistance isn't always dramatic sometimes, it's subtle and insidious, a quiet force that keeps you anchored in place. To understand resistance, consider the way it affects our daily lives. When faced with a new challenge or a goal, the natural inclination is to retreat to our comfort zones. The effort required to change, to grow, and to push beyond the familiar can seem overwhelming. It's much easier to stay where things are comfortable and predictable. This is where resistance thrives, creating an inertia that keeps us stagnant and prevents us from making progress. However, overcoming this resistance requires a deliberate and sustained effort. It begins with a commitment to daily improvement, to consistently pushing through the inertia that seeks to hold you back. This commitment is not about making grand gestures or sudden dramatic changes. It's about the small, incremental actions you take each day to confront and overcome resistance. Think of it as breaking down the resistance into manageable pieces. Each day you have the opportunity to make a choice to confront the challenge or to succumb to the inertia. It might be as simple as taking that first step, even if it feels uncomfortable. It might involve setting aside a few minutes each day to work on a goal, or choosing to tackle a difficult task rather than avoiding it. Overcoming resistance involves building resilience. It requires the ability to recognize when you're being held back by fear or complacency, and then pushing through those barriers. This could mean setting small, achievable goals that gradually build your confidence and momentum. Each small victory diminishes the power of resistance, making it easier to continue moving forward. The process also involves self-awareness. By understanding the specific forms of resistance you face, you can develop strategies to address them. For instance, if procrastination is a problem, breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable parts can make them seem less daunting. If self-doubt is holding you back, focusing on your past successes and strengths can help bolster your confidence. Resistance often becomes less formidable as you confront it regularly. Each day that you choose to push through it, you diminish its power over you. This daily battle is not about eradicating resistance entirely, but about developing the strength and discipline to keep moving forward despite it. Over time, the inertia that once held you back becomes less of an obstacle, and you build a habit of overcoming resistance through consistent daily improvement. The power of transformation often begins with a shift in mindset, a fundamental change in how you perceive and approach the process of personal growth. To truly harness this power, you must embrace the idea that small changes, though seemingly minor on their own, have the potential to accumulate and lead to profound transformation. Consider how the mind perceives change. When faced with the prospect of significant improvement or achieving a major goal, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of the task. The vision of a complete transformation can seem distant and daunting. This is where a shift in mindset becomes crucial. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, which can be intimidating, shift your attention to the smaller, daily changes that will get you there. Each small change, whether it's adopting a new habit, adjusting a routine, or improving a skill, may appear insignificant in isolation. Yet these small changes are the building blocks of substantial progress. Imagine a jar where you add a single drop of water every day. Alone, each drop doesn't seem to make a difference. But over time, these drops accumulate, filling the jar. Similarly, small actions and changes, when consistently applied, can gradually fill the jar of your life with progress and success. This mindset shift requires recognizing and valuing the incremental improvements. It means understanding that greatness doesn't emerge from a single leap, but from the consistent daily efforts that build upon one another. Each small step you take is a vital part of the journey. Embracing this perspective allows you to see the value in every action, no matter how minor it seems at the moment. For instance, if you aim to improve your health, the journey doesn't start with a dramatic overhaul, but with small, manageable changes, perhaps drinking more water, taking short walks, or adding more vegetables to your meals. These small changes, when made consistently, gradually transform your overall health. The same principle applies to any area of your life, be it personal development, career growth, or learning new skills. This shift also involves recognizing the cumulative effect of these changes. Just as compounding interest grows wealth over time, small improvements compound to create significant results. The key is to stay committed to the process, understanding that transformation is a gradual, continuous process rather than an instantaneous event. Embracing this mindset shift encourages a more positive and proactive approach to personal growth. It fosters patience and persistence as you come to appreciate that every small change is a step toward a larger goal. By focusing on these incremental steps, you build momentum and gradually move closer to your vision, all while transforming your life in meaningful ways. Accountability is a critical component in the journey of personal and professional growth. It involves holding yourself responsible for making incremental progress every day, even when the process feels slow or challenging. This self-accountability ensures that you remain committed to your goals and continue to make strides toward improvement. To embrace accountability, start by clearly defining your goals and the small steps required to achieve them. This means breaking down your larger objectives into manageable tasks and setting daily or weekly benchmarks to track your progress. By having a clear plan and specific targets, you create a roadmap that guides your daily actions and decisions. A key aspect of accountability is tracking your progress. This involves regularly reviewing your efforts and assessing whether you are meeting the incremental goals you've set. Keeping a journal, using productivity apps, or maintaining a progress chart are practical methods to monitor your achievements and identify areas where adjustments might be needed. When you hold yourself accountable, you must confront the reality of your progress or lack thereof. This self-reflection requires honesty and an understanding that progress isn't always linear. There will be days when you fall short or encounter setbacks. Accountability means acknowledging these moments, learning from them, and recommitting to your daily efforts. Accountability involves setting up a system of reminders and checks to keep you on track. This could mean setting alarms, creating to-do lists, or establishing routines that reinforce your commitment to daily improvement. Consistent reminders help maintain focus and ensure that you are continuously working towards your goals. Engaging in self-reflection is another critical element of accountability. Regularly assess your actions and their impact on your progress. Ask yourself questions like, am I staying true to my daily goals? What obstacles are preventing me from making progress? How can I overcome these challenges? This reflective practice helps refine your approach and maintains a clear sense of direction. Accountability also requires a level of discipline. It's about adhering to the commitments you've made to yourself, even when motivation wanes. This discipline fosters resilience and helps you build a habit of persistence, making it easier to push through obstacles and continue making progress. By embracing accountability, you reinforce the importance of daily effort and incremental progress. It creates a structure for continuous improvement and helps you stay focused on your goals. Through this process, you develop a stronger sense of responsibility and commitment to your personal and professional development. Celebrating small wins is a crucial aspect of the journey towards achieving greatness. Each 1% improvement, no matter how minor it may seem, represents a meaningful step forward in your growth and development. Recognizing and celebrating these incremental successes plays a vital role in maintaining motivation and reinforcing positive behavior. When you embark on a path of continuous improvement, it's easy to become so focused on the ultimate goal that you overlook the significance of the small victories along the way. These small wins might include achieving a minor milestone, mastering a new technique, or making progress on a challenging project. Each of these moments, though seemingly small, contributes to the larger picture of your success. To effectively celebrate small wins, start by identifying and acknowledging them. This could involve setting up personal markers or milestones that allow you to recognize when you've made progress. For example, if you're working on a long-term project, break it down into smaller tasks and celebrate each time you complete one. Acknowledging these achievements keeps you aware of your progress and helps maintain a sense of accomplishment. Celebrating small wins also involves taking the time to reflect on what these achievements mean. Reflect on the effort and dedication it took to reach each milestone. This reflection reinforces the value of your hard work and helps build confidence in your ability to continue making progress. It's important to recognize that these small wins are not just arbitrary achievements, but are integral parts of your overall success. Incorporate rewards into your celebration process. This doesn't have to be anything extravagant. Even small, meaningful rewards can have a significant impact. Treat yourself to something you enjoy, whether it's a favorite meal, a relaxing activity, or a moment of downtime. Rewards provide a tangible acknowledgement of your efforts and create positive reinforcement for your continued progress. Sharing your small wins with others can also enhance the celebration process. Sharing your achievements with friends, family, or colleagues can provide additional support and encouragement. Their recognition and praise can amplify your sense of accomplishment and motivate you to keep moving forward. Celebrating small wins helps maintain momentum. When you take the time to recognize and appreciate your progress, you build a positive cycle of motivation and achievement. This celebration fuels your drive to continue making incremental improvements, reinforcing the idea that each step forward is valuable and worthwhile. Celebrating small wins involves actively acknowledging and appreciating each 1% improvement as a crucial part of your journey. By recognizing these achievements, reflecting on their significance, rewarding yourself, and sharing with others, you create a positive reinforcement that sustains your motivation and drives you toward greater success. The pursuit of perfection can often be paralyzing. It's an ideal that, while aspirational, can create significant barriers to progress. Perfectionism tends to focus on achieving a flawless outcome, often at the expense of taking action. This pursuit of an ideal state can lead to procrastination, fear of failure, and an endless cycle of revision. Instead, adopting a mindset that prioritizes consistency over perfection can be a transformative approach to achieving your goals and fostering growth. Consider how perfectionism affects our actions. When you aim for perfection, you set an impossibly high standard that can make starting a project or task seem overwhelming. The fear of not meeting these standards can lead to avoidance or delay. This creates a cycle where you wait for the perfect conditions or the perfect moment to begin, which often never arrives. Consequently, progress stalls and opportunities are missed. Embracing consistency means focusing on steady, incremental progress rather than waiting for everything to be perfect. This approach recognizes that the journey towards improvement is a continuous process of learning and adapting. Instead of aiming for a flawless outcome from the outset, you commit to making regular, small efforts that build momentum over time. Think of consistency as the engine that drives progress. It involves establishing a routine or a set of daily practices that move you towards your goals. For example, if you're working on a writing project, dedicating a set amount of time each day to writing, even if it's just a few paragraphs, can be more effective than waiting until you have a perfect draft. Each day's effort contributes to the overall project, gradually moving you closer to completion. Consistency also allows you to embrace the process of continuous improvement. Rather than fixating on achieving perfection in one go, you focus on iterative development. This means regularly assessing your work, making small adjustments, and learning from your experiences. This iterative approach allows you to refine your skills, address weaknesses, and enhance your overall performance over time. Consistency fosters resilience. When you commit to daily effort, you develop habits and discipline that help you navigate challenges and setbacks. You learn to persevere through difficulties and view failures not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. This resilience is crucial for long-term success, as it helps you maintain progress despite inevitable setbacks. Consistency helps build confidence. Each small achievement and daily effort reinforces your belief in your ability to make progress. This growing confidence can help counteract the self-doubt often associated with perfectionism, making it easier to take risks and tackle new challenges. By focusing on consistency, you also create a sustainable approach to achieving your goals. Perfectionism often demands intense, short-term bursts of effort that can lead to burnout. In contrast, consistent effort encourages a balanced approach where progress is made steadily without overwhelming pressure. Prioritizing consistency over perfection involves shifting your focus from an idealized end state to the practical, everyday actions that drive progress. It's about valuing regular effort and incremental improvements, understanding that these small steps collectively lead to significant achievements. This mindset not only helps overcome the barriers of perfectionism, but also fosters a more productive, resilient, and sustainable path to success. Turning weaknesses into strengths is a transformative process that requires self-awareness, dedication, and a commitment to daily improvement. This approach involves identifying areas where you have room for growth and focusing on gradual, consistent efforts to enhance these aspects of yourself. By addressing weaknesses directly and systematically, you can turn them into powerful assets that contribute to your overall success. The first step in this process is identifying your weaknesses. This requires a candid self-assessment where you honestly evaluate your skills, behaviors, and areas where you might be lacking. This self-awareness can be achieved through reflection, feedback from others, and an evaluation of your past experiences. For instance, you might recognize that public speaking is a weakness if you feel nervous or struggle to convey your ideas effectively in front of an audience. Once you have identified your weaknesses, the next step is to create a plan for improvement. This involves setting specific actionable goals related to the areas you want to develop. For example, if public speaking is a weakness, you might set a goal to practice speaking in front of small groups regularly, take a public speaking course, or seek opportunities to present at meetings. Daily improvement is key to transforming weaknesses into strengths. It's not about making sudden, drastic changes, but about consistently working on the areas you've identified. Incorporate targeted exercises and practices into your daily routine that address your weaknesses. If you're working on public speaking, this could mean practicing speeches, joining a speaking club, or recording yourself to review and refine your delivery. Seek out resources and support that can aid your development. This might involve reading books on the subject, attending workshops, or finding a mentor who can provide guidance and feedback. Leveraging external resources can accelerate your progress and offer new perspectives on overcoming your weaknesses. Monitoring and evaluating your progress is also essential. Regularly assess how well you're addressing your weaknesses and track your improvements. This could involve keeping a journal of your efforts, recording your performance, or seeking feedback from others. By tracking your progress, you can identify what's working, what needs adjustment, and how you can further refine your approach. Turning weaknesses into strengths also requires resilience and a growth mindset. Understand that progress may be gradual and that setbacks are part of the journey. Maintain a positive attitude and view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Embracing this mindset helps you stay motivated and committed to your improvement efforts. Celebrate the milestones and achievements along the way. Acknowledge the progress you've made and recognize how your efforts have led to improvements. Celebrating these small wins reinforces your commitment to continuous growth and builds confidence in your ability to overcome weaknesses. Turning weaknesses into strengths involves a structured approach to identifying areas for growth, setting actionable goals, and focusing on daily improvement. By consistently working on your weaknesses, utilizing resources and support, and maintaining a positive and resilient mindset, you can transform these areas into valuable strengths that contribute to your overall success. A long-term vision is crucial for guiding your efforts and maintaining motivation over time. It involves understanding that consistent daily growth is the cornerstone of lasting success and fulfillment. This perspective helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, even when progress seems slow or incremental. To cultivate a long-term vision, start by defining your overarching goals and aspirations. What does success look like for you in the long run? These goals might encompass various aspects of your life, such as career achievements, personal development, relationships, or health. Having a clear vision helps you chart a course and provides direction for your daily efforts. Recognize that achieving these long-term goals requires more than just occasional bursts of effort. It's about committing to daily growth and incremental progress. Each small step you take contributes to your overall vision, gradually building the foundation for long-term success. For instance, If your goal is to become a skilled professional in your field, daily efforts might include continuous learning, skill development, and networking. These daily actions, while seemingly minor, accumulate over time to create significant progress. A long-term vision also involves understanding that success is often the result of sustained, consistent effort rather than immediate results. It's important to have patience and persistence, knowing that meaningful change and achievement are the result of ongoing dedication. For example, mastering a new skill or achieving a major career milestone typically involves years of practice, learning, and perseverance. By maintaining a focus on your long-term vision, you stay motivated and resilient through the ups and downs of the journey. Regularly revisiting and refining your long-term vision is essential. As you grow and evolve, your goals and aspirations may shift. Periodically reassess your vision to ensure it aligns with your current values, interests, and life circumstances. This ongoing evaluation helps you stay relevant and connected to your goals, ensuring that your daily efforts remain purposeful and aligned with your evolving vision. A long-term vision also helps you navigate obstacles and setbacks. When faced with challenges, your vision serves as a reminder of the bigger picture and the reasons behind your efforts. This perspective helps you overcome temporary difficulties and maintain focus on your ultimate objectives. For instance, if you encounter setbacks in your career or personal life, your long-term vision can provide the motivation and clarity needed to push through and continue working toward your goals. Incorporating reflection into your routine can reinforce your long-term vision. Take time to review your progress, celebrate milestones, and acknowledge how your daily efforts contribute to your broader goals. This reflection not only reinforces your commitment, but also helps you recognize and appreciate the value of your consistent efforts. By understanding that consistent daily growth leads to lasting success and fulfillment, you align your daily actions with your long-term vision. This alignment fosters a sense of purpose and direction, driving you to stay committed and motivated as you work towards achieving your goals. The concept of compound progress is rooted in the idea that small, consistent improvements accumulate over time to produce extraordinary results. Each daily effort, though seemingly minor, contributes to a larger, more significant outcome. By dedicating yourself to improving by just 1% every day, you engage in a process that harnesses the profound power of compound growth. Consider the nature of compound progress through the lens of mathematics. A 1% increase each day might seem negligible at first, but over time, these incremental changes build on themselves. This compounding effect means that each day's improvement is not isolated. Instead, it adds to the progress made the previous day. This creates a cumulative effect where small efforts grow exponentially, leading to substantial gains. Imagine starting with a simple habit, such as reading a few pages of a book each day. Initially, this might not seem impactful. However, as you continue this habit daily, the knowledge and insights you gain compound, significantly expanding your understanding over time. Similarly, in the context of skills development, daily practice, even if it's just a few minutes, accumulates to a high level of proficiency and expertise. The power of compound progress also lies in its ability to transform setbacks into opportunities for growth. When you focus on small daily improvements, setbacks become manageable rather than discouraging. Each day you commit to making progress, you build resilience and adaptability. This incremental approach helps you navigate challenges more effectively, as each small step forward reinforces your capacity to overcome obstacles. The compounding effect applies not only to individual efforts, but also to habits and behaviors. Consistently practicing positive habits such as exercising, learning, or working toward a goal creates a ripple effect in various areas of your life. As these habits become ingrained, they lead to overall improvement in your well-being, productivity, and success. The beauty of compound progress is its ability to make progress feel attainable. Instead of aiming for dramatic changes overnight, which can be overwhelming, you focus on small, manageable steps. This approach makes continuous improvement feel achievable and sustainable. By committing to just 1% better every day, You cultivate a mindset of steady growth and perseverance. The power of compound progress illustrates how daily incremental efforts accumulate to create remarkable achievements. It underscores the importance of consistency and the transformative impact of small, sustained actions over time. By embracing this principle, you unlock the potential for extraordinary results through the continuous pursuit of incremental improvements. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we draw this journey to a close, remember this greatness is not a destination, but a journey forged by the relentless pursuit of daily improvement. Each day you have the power to make a choice, to take that 1% step forward, or to remain where you are. It's in those small, seemingly insignificant steps that the seeds of your greatest achievements are sown. The power of compound progress is your ally. Embrace it. Understand that every small effort, every tiny bit of progress contributes to a monumental shift in your life. When you dedicate yourself to improving just 1% every day, you're not just changing your habits, you're transforming your destiny. This is how champions are made. This is how legends are forged. Not through grand gestures, but through the quiet, persistent commitment to becoming just a little bit better each day. So I challenge you today, look within yourself and recognize the extraordinary power you hold. Step forward with courage and commitment. Make the choice to embrace the journey of daily growth. Every day, push yourself just a bit more. Harness the power of that 1% improvement and watch as it propels you towards heights you once thought were out of reach. The road ahead might be tough, and the path might be long, but with every step forward, you're building your legacy. Remember, the greatest achievements come not from leaps and bounds, but from those small, consistent strides. Now, go out there and be relentless. Make your mark. Transform your weaknesses into strengths. And above all, let each day be a testament to the power of your commitment. Because greatness doesn't just happen, it's made one day at a time. You've got this. Keep pushing, keep striving, and keep improving. The world is waiting to see your greatness unfold. Thank you, and go make it happen.